Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now this is my Inbox 39 video where I show some new and second-hand vinyl that I picked up over the past month or so. Now here in Northern Ireland, non-essential retail is now open, so I went to Ballymena, which is about 30 miles away, to my nearest record shop, and I picked up a couple of items, one new and one second hand. The new album I couldn't resist whenever I saw it, and it is the 70s Glam pop album, 34 fab tracks, and this is really good. Unfortunately it's not a gatefold sleeve, but the inner sleeves are lined, which is something. It's got great tracks on it like Queen's Killer Queen, T-Rex 20th Century Boy, Sweet Blockbuster, Alice Cooper, School's Out, Slade, Come On Feel the Noise, as well as quite a few of the sort of post-glam tracks like Pilot Magic, Sparks This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us. What else is on here? My Cookachoo, Tiger Feet, See My Baby Jive, Devil Gate Drive, Ballroom Blitz, Shang-a-Lang by the Bay City Rollers, Hello's Tell Him, Mud's Dynamite, ABBA's Waterloo, even Lulu's The Man Who Sold the World. There's actually two David Bowie tracks on this and none of them are by David Bowie. Lulu's The Man Who Sold the World and Mott the Hoople's All the Young Dudes. It's just a pity they didn't find room for something like Starman or Driving Saturday. But I played this last night with a couple of beers and it is brilliant. Right, the other three new albums I got during last month I got from Amazon. I didn't realise they had actually been released on vinyl, and they're all by the same artist. So I got the songs Of Distant Earth from Oldfield, and this is his 1994 album, I believe, and this is really good. It's one of his best albums actually. His 90s output is really excellent, apart from one album which I was never that keen on, but you never know. If I can see it cheap I will buy it on vinyl. But this was the follow-up to Tubular Bells 2, and it's excellent. And another one I got was Tubular Bells 3, and this too is a brilliant album. It follows very loosely the Tubular Bells theme, whereas Tubular Bells 2 was almost a carbon copy of the first one. This has little hints in it, like the Source of Secrets is quite similar to the Exorcist type theme, but you don't have that count in with all the different instruments. You also get a track called Man in the Rain, which is a vocal track which is very similar to Moonlight Shadow, and the finale in this is Far Above the Clouds, which is excellent. So this is a really good album, and this was released I think in 1998, might have been 97 actually. And this one here, which is my personal favourite, and this is the Millennium Bell, which was released in 1999. This looks at music through the ages, and I think this is absolutely amazing. It does get a hard time, a lot of people don't like it, but there is a mixture of songs and instrumentals, and I think it's great. Peace on Earth, Pachamama, Santa Maria, Sunlight Shining Through Cloud, the Doggy's Palace, and Lake Constant. The whole side 1 is brilliant, as is side 2. Really good album. So that's all the new that I bought. Second hand, these two I didn't need, but I bought them for a reason. This is David Bowie's Scary Monsters. Why did I buy that? I've already got an original, plus I have a Portuguese copy which is dreadful. The reason I bought this is an original German copy. Now in late 1979 RCA Victor in Britain changed their labels from the orange label to the black label, and Scary Monsters was the first album in black label, and I don't like the black label, and I always wanted this to be an orange, because I look at this as the part of the Bowie discography, the real classic era from 69 to 80, and this is on the orange label, so I thought I'm going for it. And so there you go, I finally got Scary Monsters on the orange label. The Portuguese copy I have has the orange label as well, but the actual sound quality is ridiculous. Another reason I wanted this is actually this sleeve here is an inner sleeve, whereas on the UK original it's an insert, a one-sided double insert, and I always liked the idea of having it as an inner sleeve, so I bought it, and it was very cheap. It was under a tenner. This here was also under a tenner, and I have this as well. So why did I buy this? Well, the copy I have is actually an Australian copy, and I never had the UK copy of this album. Also, there's a sticker on it saying free Mark Bolan poster. Of course the poster's not there. I knew it wasn't there, or this would have cost a hell of a lot more money. But this is in mint condition. It's the UK edition. I do have that little sticker there, and I thought, yeah, why not? So I bought it. So there you go. T-Rex Great Hits from 1973. Okay, next up, and this is just the sleeve because the album is actually on the turntable, and this is Golden Hour presents Sandy Shaw's Greatest Hits. Now, these Golden Hour albums are an hour long, which means the sound quality is not brilliant, but this is actually really good for there being 23 tracks on it. Yeah, 11 on one side and 12 on the other. And this takes in her very early hits from about 65 to 67, up to Puppet on a String. I have another greatest hits of her with 20 songs from 67 to about 72, so those two albums is all I need of 60s Sandy Shaw, and I was playing this earlier and it is really, really good. Next up, and Johnny Cash, Blood, Sweat and Tears. It does what it says. It's a Johnny Cash album. They all do sound similar. It's got that boom chicka boom sound to it. But I have this in CD, and this was an add-on to Discogs order, so I thought I would buy it, and it was only a fiver, and it is in absolutely fantastic condition. The main songs off this are The Legend of John Henry's Hammer, Casey Jones, Busted, Tell 'Em I'm Gone, which I love the Notting Hill Billies doing it, although they call it Real Road Work Song. Really, really good album. I played this morning as well. Next up, and increasing my Everly Brothers collection, and this is Stories We Could Tell from the early 70s, and this too is really good. It's on the, I think this is a reissue because it's on the RCA Orange label, the international label, and yeah, it's bits of country in it, bits of ordinary Everly Brothers, slightly bluesy as well. They do a good version of Rod Stewart's Mandolin Wind. Well, I don't know if he actually wrote it, but it was on one of his albums. And Creedence's Green River. I think this was from about 1971 or 72. The US cover is a different type cover altogether, but good to have it, and it's in brilliant nick. And the other one I bought from the record shop yesterday was this Everly Brothers album called The New Album, and this came out in 1977. And this is a lot of outtakes from the Warner Brother years all put together, and this is good as well. Maybe not as good as the previous album. It does feel a little bit like a mixed bag, but I played this morning and thoroughly enjoyed it. So, The New Album by the Everly Brothers. And the last one I got was Roy Orbison, King of Hearts, and this is his 1992 album. This sweeps up a lot of the material that was left over from the Mystery Girl sessions, plus a few of his 80s singles, like for example Wild Hearts Run Out of Time was a single, I think in around 84, 85. His duet with Katie Lang, Crying, was recorded in the mid-80s as well, and these were added on. It includes the big hit single I Drove All Night, which he recorded first before Cyndi Lauper. I'm not sure, maybe Cyndi Lauper recorded it first. And Heartbreak Radio. Yeah, it's a good companion to Mystery Girl. I have this in CD, always fancied it on vinyl. It's not in the best in nick. These albums from 92, even if you get them mint, they're not in brilliant condition, so I would have liked this to get reissued and then I would buy it, but it's still pretty good, and it sits nicely beside Mystery Girl. Okay, so those are my pickups over the past month. I haven't really been buying that much. Those Mike Oldfield ones were bought all in one go. I'm maybe trying to ease off a little bit with the buying of vinyl. Well, singles is a different matter. I'm going mad for them at the moment, but I never show those really in vinyl in boxes. It's only the LPs. Okay, that's me for now, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.